So, welcome to our last lesson. I sent a document to your WhatsApp group, and those of you who took time and copied the notes, you did a good job because it is going to be very easy to follow the lesson today. So, this is a document courtesy of On Your Marks. It's here to guide you on some of the things that Meamosi does. What he does, for what reason, how it affects others, and how it affects him as a person. I followed Meamosi from scene 1 to the last bit, but I must have missed some of the details. It's okay to miss some points sometimes, as long as you have the 4 points that you will be required to write an essay. Our lesson, I promised that I will talk about what goes into a good essay. How do you develop a good essay? Achana na introduction, achana na conclusion. What makes your point a full and not a fair and not even a thin? Because as at now, I know most of you can already acquire a thin. Now once you have a thin, already you have 8 out of 20 if you are at thin. Because 4 thins give you 4. Language 1, introduction 2, conclusion 1. That is a total of 8. We want to adjust that so that you are sure of having 1 full and 3 fairs. That will be fair enough because that sends you straight to an A. That will be 17. So you only need 1 full for you to get to A in English papers. How to select your points. Yesterday I said that some of you know a lot about the Samaritan. But ikifika kwa exam room, you don't say anything. You don't even show us that unajua hii na hii na hii by selecting your points kulingana na what you know. So today I'm going to give you an informed lesson on how to select your points, and our guiding question is going to be using Meamosi. We have been on Meamosi. Prove that corrupt leaders lead haunted lives. So supposing that is our question and you want to select, you have so many points. This booklet here, all these points can suffice. Act 1 up to Act 4, Scene 3. All these points can go into this essay. But I know I am not comfortable with some of them. I have to go back to the text and get the details for me to raise some of these points. Or I feel that the point is too large. It has a wider scope. The details have a wider scope and I don't have enough space. Remember, the time that you have per essay is only 50 minutes. So you want to spend 50 minutes talking about a point. Today I'm going to guide you how to select those points, bringing in the space factor and the time factor. So the first thing you must do is to list your points. List as many as you can. So that after you've listed them, like I have done here, there are so many points, hapa za Meamosi, so many of them. After you have listed 7, 8, 9, 10 points, haraka, that is what we call brainstorming, before you go into essay writing, you should ensure that you now clearly assess each of them. You have 7 points and you want to leave out some. Which ones do you leave out? Which ones do you select as you move on? Then number 2, frame your points. Frame your points in a manner that addresses the question entirely. What do I mean? Our question is, using Meamosi, prove that corrupt leaders lead haunted lives. This question wants you to talk about Mosi in the first place. And not just Mosi, in what way? In a manner that he is corrupt. So you have to qualify that he is corrupt. Then you have to tell us that he is haunted by that. So to mean that when if you want to give a good picture of yourself to whoever is marking your work, you have to ensure that you frame your points in a manner that they understand you at the earliest opportunity. So you look at the milestones in your question. We have Mayor Mosi. We don't want to talk about any other character. Then we want to show that he is corrupt. And because of that corrupt nature, he is haunted. He is suffering because of that. There's something that is following. There's a shadow, a bad light that is following him because of that aspect of being corrupt. So for instance, if you were to pick the point where he fails to launch the Samaritan app, and award Alvita and Montano. So he fails to launch the Samaritan app and award Alvita and Montano. Mpaka hapo, you have talked of corruption. He's corrupted. He's doing things the wrong way. He's corrupt. So the haunt should come out, and we can justify that, the haunting, by saying that causing tension in school and his administration. So you can see that vuta ni kuvute between him and Teacher Nicole and Piro, the chair of the local school board, and kina Ramdae pia wanachangia. Teacher Naren, the principal, pia anawaambia kwamba huyu Nicole sidhani kama atakubaliana na nyinyi to stop the launch of the Samaritan. Hiyo vuta ni kuvute ndio tunaita tension. So wakati wenye nitakuwa unaandika the rest of the essay, you have to now qualify what did you mean by tension. So up to here you already have a theme. That's why nilikuwa nasema ukienda kwa hiyo exam tayari kama unajua kuinterpret the question vizuri, like we have interpreted this one where we are looking at Moses' corruption and how it follows him and troubles him. So kama unajua kuinterpret the question already, then you will have no problem giving the answer. Then number 3, select points that appear once. Select points that appear once or do not run for long. Like their details, don't run for long. I want to give you 2 points, alafu uangalie their scope. Alafu niambie ni gani wewe utakuwa home ku talk about. So, Mosi blackmails the principal judge. Tayari yo blackmail imeshatuletea the corruption na tushataja Mosi. So next, I want us to talk about how it haunts him and ends up arrested. So ends up arrested. So arrested is the haunting now, because wakati ana blackmail the principal judge, what happens? The principal judge begins to dance to his tune. Anakubaliana na wao wafanye maovu yeye na Bembe. So principal judge goes ahead to find a solution to their problem. In the process of solving that problem, ndio wanakuwa arrested. So you can see we have already summarized those 2 parts. So our answer already has 2 parts. So look at this point. Hatujaanza kui-develop, tumetaja tu, kwa hivyo tuko at theme. Before tuanze ku-develop, I want you to compare with this other point. He orders, I used this yesterday, he orders the purchase of all newspapers. He orders the purchase of all newspapers using municipal funds. Allow me use MF for municipal funds. Only for the misuse to be exposed in the papers. So you can see, ordering the purchase of all newspapers using municipal fund is the corrupt dealing. Tuko na hii hapa ni Mea Mosi. Alafu sasa, the misuse being exposed in the papers again the following later. I don't know if it was the following day, but later it was written in the papers that he misappropriated municipal funds. This is another thing. Now to the point I was going to make. Select points that appear once and do not run for long. Look at these 2 points. Look at the time you have, look at the space you have. How many lines? You have 66 lines. Where will you get the time to talk about Mea Mosi blackmailing the principal judge? Because this story goes on and on and on for a whole scene, a long scene as a matter of fact. So you might be incapacitated. You might want to talk about this. Yes, it is clear for you. Inaonekana kila mtu anaona. You remember the Roden Gate affair, the grain scandal. So you will have to talk about those things. But itakulimit in the sense that you will not have time and space to elaborate, to develop a point vizuri. Your details will not come out, all of them. Ile yenye unataka kuacha, ndio pia tunataka useme. Ile yenye umesema, maybe ungewacha, you know. A point like this one, ya pili, ambaye nasema he orders the purchase of all newspapers using municipal funds, only for the misuse to be exposed in the papers. You ni rahisi because we only saw that once. Now it was mentioned. It's not something that has been explicitly developed. You don't need a lot of details for this. You just have to remember what happened. Who was ordered? That is Harvester, the CEO of Maracas. When was that? When he realized that, when Mea Mosi realized that the Samaritan has started casting spotlight on corrupt leaders of Maracas municipality. He convenes an impromptu meeting to discuss the crisis, and the people involved, Nikina Ted, Seima, Ramdai, yeah, he brings even on board the principal judge at that time. Mea Mosi has taken all the newspapers off the vendors. He has gagged the media, kind of, by stealing their weapon to dispatch information, to disseminate information to the masses. So this point is rich because it's iko place penye unaweza extract as a whole, halafu we explain comfortably without running out of time, without running out of space. So, but both of them are good points. But hapa you will go up to fair sana sana, because you must leave out some points. If you have to, how can you write a whole scene in one paragraph? It's not possible. But here you can easily get to full depending on how good your details are. How can you compose an essay that can attract 20 out of 20 very easily? Number 4, start with points that are clearest to you, not popular. So start with clearest points. Start with clearest points, not popular. What do I mean popular? Unasikia point kama? He watches as Ted eats a whole hospital. Remember, Ted ate a whole hospital under his watch. So Mea Mosi anaangalia tu na mjamaa anakula hospitali anamaliza. Ted ate a whole hospital, hiyo ni kitu popular, we know. Ukisikia ati Ted and Seima are supplying air. It's easy, sorry. It is easy to say that Ted and Seima are supplying air to the municipality. But where are the details now? Where do you get the details? It is popular. Ted and Seima are supplying air. But where are the details? Where will you get the details in that scene? Have you read the Samaritan enough times for you to remember how it was put? Mea Mosi ana complain kwamba the two of them have made him concede to their demands. Demands of increased allowances, zimekuwa blown out of proportion, you know. Those details, will you be able to remember them? So, angalia point yenye iko popular vis-a-vis a point ambayo iko clear. Kwa mfano, if we talk about, we are answering this question bado. We are answering this question bado using Mea Mosi. Prove that corrupt leaders lead haunted lives. So, let's take the example that he watched as Ted. He watched. Look at the way I'm framing my points. That is point number 2. He watched as Ted ate a whole hospital. He watched as Ted ate a whole hospital, only, tunaleta sasa the haunt, only to regret funding his campaign. Wakati anaambia teacher Nicole, anamwambia I regret giving him campaign money. So ukishasema hivyo, these are popular point inategemea na umesoma the Samaritan ama hujasoma, but in many works zenye nimefanya, wakati wenye na mark essays, mwanafunzi akianza tu Ted ate a whole hospital, I don't see now the details. Hii point ni nzuri because kwanza it appears once and then it does not run for long. Ni point ambayo ukianza tu na ukumbuke the details vizuri, you are assured of getting a full. So what are some of the details that I expect? What are some of the things, clear things? What are some of the things that will make you demonstrate that you are clear in your analysis of that text? Number 1, I want to see you tell us Ted is the secretary in charge of the Department of Health and Environment. That one must come out clearly because he is the line secretary that is associated with hospitals. You know, hiyo docket yake ndio iko associated na hospital. So lazima tujue docket yake ni ipi. Then another thing I would like you to tell us, the municipality asked for bids to construct health centers. Zilikuwa mingi, health centers. So as the line secretary, he ensured that only his relatives' companies, si zake, companies za relatives wake na za friends. I want to see those details come out. Kumbuka kuna Ramdai ambaye relatives wake peke yake, hata hakuna friends. So usichanganywe na hayo. Ensure that ya Ted ni Ted. Ya Ted ni his relatives na friends. Companies peke yake are the ones who won the bids. Then he conspired. Sasa yeye hajaendea the tenders directly. Ametuma friends wake na family. Then yeye ana conspire now, wanapanga njama, then they stole all that money. They stole all that money that was budgeted for the health centers. Those are the details I want to hear. So, at the end of it all, what did they do? They only put up site offices. Underline that. Site offices that look like cowsheds. And that was it. Huwezi tuambia kitu ingine, lazima ikuwe tu site offices. Then, how does now Mea Mosi, because the question is about Mea Mosi, but we have talked about Ted. What is the connection? Mea Mosi ndiye alimfund. Mea Mosi alijua huyu jamani mbaya. We talked about that yesterday. Mea Mosi alijua huyu jamani mbaya. He operates at night. He's a DJ. He's a lifeist. He's a party animal. He cannot help people of Maracas, but alimpatia pesa. Watu wakamvotia overwhelmingly, wakafanya campaigns zao, wakapiga kazi safi, alafu akafanya nini? Akaingia as the secretary in charge of the Department of Health and Environment. So alijua tu this person is not a good leader, lakini alimpatia pesa so that they can get into office. Wakati ameshafika ofisini, alafu anafanya yale ambaye anafanya like eating the whole hospital, then Mea Mosi is regretting having given him the campaign money. He's also considered, teacher Nicole anamuuliza, na siyo ndo anasema ndio your closest political ally. Mea Mosi ana feel betrayed by Ted because watu hata huko nje wanajua kwamba yeye ndiye ako closest to Mea Mosi politically. So you can see the betrayal, the regret, where you have helped someone and they are backstabbing you. Remember, this is the time when they have threatened to hound him out of office. And he has come to Teacher Nicole in order to kujitetea so that Teacher Nicole can help them deal with the Samaritan. So, usichukue 2 point kwa sababu ni popular, kwa sababu unajua Ted ate a whole of solar. Ukishasema hivyo, fikiria kwa akili yako. Do you know the details? Do you know the exact points that you'll raise in order to show that indeed he ate a whole hospital? Then next,